with that starting off. So I came across lucid dreaming, which had a lot more scientific backing behind it, and I
Exactly.
decided to go from there.
Yeah. No. That kind of reminds me a little bit of when I was little. I used to wake up and with sleep paralysis and see clowns in my room. That was pretty. That was nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, and when you came to Dream Views, now was there a lot of techniques or people that really kind of helped you hone the skills that you obviously naturally possessed? Like how did it improve, and what did you do exactly?
Well, yeah. There were a lot of very helpful people. Back then when I started coming to Dream Views, like Clarity,
Mm.
Her Technique, and PJ and Moonbeam, and a lot of those great people really helped me back then. But to be
Yeah.
honest with you, I didn't spend a lot. I didn't even make a newbie zone post. I just went straight to reading and posting it off topic and on topic.
Oh
Um, it was I spent a great deal
yeah.
of time reading. If there was a question I wanted to ask, more than likely it was probably already on the forum, so I would just read it. You
Oh
know,
yeah.
um, that's pretty much how that was. But the staff back then and a lot of members back then were extremely helpful. Not saying that they aren't now, but I'm saying when I originally joined, back then how it was.
Hmm.
They were very helpful. They helped answer a lot of questions, and a lot of people helped me get through a lot of things. If I didn't understand something totally, they would help clear that up for me.
Yeah, that's good. And me too. And a lot of the members that you mentioned, are no longer around. I guess they found another forum, and
Yeah,
it's sad to see them go because I was pretty good friends with those guys too.
yeah.
Yeah. Um. So, was there any other exciting dreams that you had since you've been at Dreamviews? Is there any one or a couple in particular that you would like to talk about?
Well, yeah. I've had countless incredible dreams, but I guess one that comes off the top of my head is my first lucid dream. It took me about 2 weeks to actually achieve my first lucid state, and I always go to sleep with my door closed. So I sat up in bed one day and I noticed my door was open,
Hmm.
and there was something propped against my door. So I thought this was odd, and I knew what was happening instantaneously. So I got up and walked into my living room, and I looked at my hands because I felt floaty, and I wasn't, it wasn't my normal hand color or anything. I was like I was like a, there was like a foggy silhouette of my hands, and it was painted like in a neon blue light color, like the color of light. You know what I'm talking? Like a ghostly,
Yeah.
look.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. I've seen that too. Yeah.
yeah, and it was just really odd, and I knew exactly what was happening at that time, so I do what I always do. I just took to the skies and started flying.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, flying is like a favorite of mine. At that time, after I did that, I decided I wanted to do something from Dragon Ball Z because that's probably my favorite anime.
Yeah.
And I shot up, like a bat out of hell out of my ceiling, and you could hear the rocket sound.
Yeah, yeah,
I was zooming off into the sky, and
yeah.
I blacked out because I guess I was going too fast, and I was still new to the dream state, and I had several false awakenings after that.
Oh
But
yeah.
that was one of the dreams I've had that's just been just very miraculous. I mean, other dreams I've just gone out and met people, met dream characters, and gained insight, and
Yeah.
you understand a lot of things from dreams. And I actually believe, and this is something I'm actually starting to learn myself, but I actually believe that lucid dreaming isn't so much about dream-induced lucid dreaming or wake-induced lucid dreaming or lucid dreaming period. It's a journey. It's an ongoing journey about knowing yourself better.
Mhm.
Finding out more about that pink thing 6 inches between your ears. Or a
Yeah,
couple inches between your ears. It's
exactly.
it's about finding out who you are internally and getting to know that person a little bit better.
Yeah.
You know, and that's an ongoing process. I think the better you start to understand yourself and your mind and the inner workings of it, lucid dreaming probably becomes a byproduct of that process.
Yeah.
Of that journey itself. Meditation helps as well.
Mm.
Visualization processes. Those are very key as well for
Yeah.
people who are wanting to delve into their mind a little bit and understand how it works. And you know, that's honestly what I believe. And other dreams I've had, I've actually just flown a lot of the time, and breathe underwater and swim underwater. That's just really cool for me. I've had
Mm.
adventurous dreams where I fight and I pretend like I'm some superhero, and I'll bash a couple DCs, and it's very incredible. And one thing that actually helps me out if I'm struggling with clarity and doing things within my dream, like walking through windows.
Yeah.
In my house, I have like full body windows that are like 6 feet tall. So sometimes I'll try and go through those windows, and it'll be the hardest thing in the world for me to do it, because I'm still operating with the mindset of my waking thoughts and perceptions regarding the possibility of me walking through that window.
Yeah.
So I'll actually scream out increased clarity now. Well, not actually scream out, because in the dream state, what you do is thought. Is done by thought. So I'll think that mentally really loud, and it'll work. And I'll either tear through the window like paper, or I'll fall through it like if it was water. And that helps out a lot in terms of increasing my clarity and helping me gain more control over the dream world. Actually looking at my hands helps solidify a lot of things as well if things start to become foggy.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I started out with that. Okay, that's wow, that's a lot of information and things to think about. So now I'd like to totally shift gears in a different direction and ask you a little bit about the elimination game. You hosted one last year, or maybe it was last year, wasn't it? And now it
was actually at October of last year is when August of last year I think is when it started.
And now you have a new one coming up. So why don't you tell me a bit about that? And is the new one any different? How is it different? How is it going to be more fun, basically?
Okay. The elimination game last year, it was something that I just wanted to start off. I had seen something similar to it in another forum I was on, except it involved cartoon characters, like your favorite cartoon character. Eliminate the the least favorite cartoon character, and other people got to vote. So I was like, well, this would be an interesting, concept if we were to involve DreamViews actual people and have those people not be allowed to vote for themselves but vote for other people. I saw like so many things that could happen. It was more so it was more so rewarding watching what people did and how they acted within the game. Sexual favors were promised, bribes were promised for votes. People offering to do stupid things. I think within the next game, Adam even whether he was kidding or not, he actually offered to buy DreamViews and give it to the members if he got the most votes and won. But
that's good.
But it just became really fun. There were factions that were started. Groups of people who would team up and private message each other over DreamViews to see who they would take out next and who they would go up against. And it was really interesting because it turned into, like I say, from an innocent water gun fight, which I initially thought it would be, into an all-out bloodbath Halo battle. And it was just really fun. It was addicting as well.
That's great.
Yeah. So that's how the game was last time. You could vote for somebody once. You could plus them or neg them, add a point to them or negate a point to them once a day. And they would start out with points of 10, and just DreamViews members who had they would be on the list if you had 1,000 posts, at least a minimum of 1,000 posts, and you were active.
So I might be on the next one again.
You are on the next one.
Oh, okay.
You are on the next one, and that's how that worked out. And so I think it grew really fast. It was at that point in time, I think I clocked it as being the fastest moving thread on DreamViews. When it was actually a month or two after its inception. And as far as this new game, Man of Steel, which is Josh, and Clarity, I don't know her name. They actually won the last game. There was a member group and a staff group, so you could vote for members and staff in terms of adding a point or negating a point to them per day.